We got to cut the BS out, y'all. We got to get off the nonsense. It's time to get back to our higher selves. Let us start off with this Moorish Mudd show, a special one. As all, they are all as special. But this particular one, I am going into the scribe aspect of my holy name. And back when I took Shahada, early 90s, under the Order of Divine Reality, Saeed Amin was there, Brother Ahmed was there. Oh man, it was Dawood and Idris and myself. And before we really started recruiting other brothers and sisters and coming into that light, man, we just had a lot of rules and regulations about what we should be doing and what we should not be doing. And from that, and a lot of these conversations manifested, man, just so much knowledge, information, wisdom, everything you could think of. Our divine creed, which we really didn't know what the divine creed was particularly, or what a creed was particularly. We were just, I guess, kind of freestyling and pulling from a lot of the different, what you would call religions, or what we know now as a holistic spiritual creed, if you will. Let's just go back to the same word, creed. So the brothers and sisters, once they got past to lesson 7, were all asked to read, write, and copy a covenant with Allah. So I'm going to read my covenant with Allah. And this covenant was designed for brothers and sisters if and when they may have gone astray or doubt or, lose their way, if you will. They could always get a center and center themselves back to the oneness with Allah. So I'm going to read my covenant with Allah. Dated April the 9th, 1994. The time was 2:24 in the a.m. And it reads, my Arabic name, I, Aziz Bar Abdullah, agree from this moment on to do my very best, to live according to the Christ standard, to keep my mind on Allah within, to feel love, joy, to think loving thoughts towards all, to speak as the voice of the Master Self, to act always from a sense of inward direction. To accomplish this, I now release all fears, concerns, resentment, condemnation, and unforgiveness. I let go of all negative and fearful images. I surrender all past mistakes and errors in judgment, and I empty out all false pride and ego-centered emotions. Everything in my consciousness that could possibly hold me in bondage, I now cast upon the Christ self within to be dissolved. I now choose to live under grace, to be the perfect open channel through which divine love, wisdom, and power flow forth as the activity of spirit in my life. I see and know this activity to be the perfect harmonizing of all relationships, the perfect adjustment in all situations, the perfect health of my body, the perfect fulfillment in my life. I now go forth in faith, putting my trust in Allah within, and living each moment with a heart overflowing with gratitude, love, and joy. And it is so. Aziz Bar Abdullah. Now, that covenant was read over and over by brothers and sisters. That covenant was what we all called the check, or the pulling of the coat, if you will. You know what I'm saying? If a brother get out of line, a brother do something, I give you, for instance, let's just say, I saw Jay Dilla doing something, or I saw a proof, or by 10 doing something. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, whoa, bro, what was that? You know what you said? You know what you did? You know how that your actions may have affected that sister or that brother? Or, okay, wait a minute. What y'all eating now? Like, what's up with the diet? Like, we're supposed to be on this steadfastness of what this situation is. And we would always be able to talk to one another and get back centered. So me being Aziz, Big Brother Almighty, to the order of divine reality, me being not only the youngest brother, but the first brother that went out and basically recruited, if you will, a lot of these, I cultivated the cult, let's just say it that. The order of divine reality under the order of Melchizedek. Yes, the brothers of the green light. And if y'all don't know, Melchizedek, all of that goes back to Thoth, which is Hermes, which is the Atlantean and the ancient part of our creed. And a lot of that information is in the 22 lessons. We started off with just knowing that, knowledge is power, and that power has the ability to cause force. Force has the ability to move matter. Matter is thought energy in its grossest form. Thought energy is a product of the mind. The mind gives you the ability to understand. Will gives direction and purpose, and remembering gives you the ability to act on what you know. The brother told me this back when I was maybe 13, 14, something like that. And he said, brother, write this down. Take this information. And when you realize this and you understand this and you master just this part, you will know God. You won't only know God, you will learn how to be God. Yes, supreme being, higher self. Getting back to the pineal with the pituitary, the marriage of the male and the female self, the activation of the right, left hemispheres of the brain, reprogramming the brain, being able to live in this temple and know that you are a living soul. This is just a vehicle, as beautiful as it is. Yes. This is just a vehicle that I chose, my mom and dad, to manifest me in this form. When I say me or the I mean the I and I, the Allah self, the green light energy manifestation breaking down and going into the human and coming here and remembering, going through the steps, the creed of our standing, and remembering who and what you are. And with that, it just says a lot about the order, what we were really doing, what was really taking place. And we taught a lot about the ego, a lot about the dark self, the negative self, the evil self, if you will. And a lot of these evils are real, because we make them real. And we manifest these things sometimes with what we speak, learning how to control, self-control, your tongue, casting spells, learning how to, if you're going to cast a spell, let it be something like your covenant, so that when you get in any situation in life, you always will have that divine protection, no matter what circumstances. I don't care if it's, assault on 8 police officers, or, driving on a suspended, you got trees on you, you got, your pistol on you. No matter whatever goes on, whatever happens, you will always be over the evil. It will always be at your heel, at your foot or your footstool, if you will. It will always be something that, you should never fear when you know who you are and you know that this life, that what you are living is basically your script that you wrote out before you got here. Your life, your love, your reason for being here. We all came here for a reason. We developed a curriculum and a school that gives people basic fundamentals for them to get back to their higher self. No matter what religion, no matter what name you call the Most High, no matter where you come from, from the richest to the poorest, from whoever, all were always welcome as long as they were sincere and as long as, the commitment was there and you had the actual courage to actually get down with this thing and really, really allow yourself to change and be ready for that change. Michael Jackson said something about man in the mirror. That's exactly what this is. This is why I am the way that I am. This is what I chose to do. I am being myself, hence the Moorish Mudd show. Coming into the nationality aspect of it, knowing the bloodline, the ancient Canaanite, Hamathite, Hittite, Moabite, bloodline, knowing that we are those people who, Yahudi, crossed the river. I'm talking about the Atlantic, when it was a river. When we crossed over and we came to these parts of the land, it was a long, 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 long time ago. We're not going to talk about Atlantis, Lemuria, or Mu. We're not going there. We're talking about after that. We can go there. Anytime y'all want to build on that, that's awesome. We can. However, the answers are here. The answers have always been here. This book that I am reading from is over 33 years old. Yes, this year is actually 33 years old. These are my original scripts, same stuff that I came with, my book, my writings when I used to write in cursive, Man, this is just a delight to know that there are other brothers and sisters out there that hold this knowledge to be true. Some might be silent, some might be quiet, some might not want to, some might be afraid, but we got to get back to it, brothers and sisters. Sincerity, commitment, and courage, SCC. The courage, Amin always told us. Ahmed even said it. That courage is a deep thing. You can be sincere. You can be serious. You can be committed. And a lot of brothers and sisters were. But the courage aspect, to stand up and to show the world that you want to be right and you are one with the Most High. And you wear that title of Christ because you earned it. Through your trials and tribulations, of course, we all go through that. However, to steadfast and fall back on your training is what we in the order of divine reality do. We have some stories. There are so many of us that have received this information from the 22 and have unlocked so many powers and gifts. And, it's brothers and sisters out there y'all might even be married to and don't even know that they got this. And you wonder, why is this person so special? What is it about this person? Why do I love them? And then there's some of us that may have taken it and been a little bit hesitant and afraid. And because of that fear, have really caused, what you want to say, maybe a little bit of damage, may have hurt some people, broke some hearts, hurt some feelings. But we all know that this is all an illusion anyway. The feelings and the emotions of what that is, you get to a point or a part in your life where you don't give a damn about that kind of stuff. And that's good, because that shows maturity and growth. Everyone should be able to mature and grow on that level, even though they don't have this information. We got to get out of our emotional centers. We got to get out of the ego-centered emotions. We have to deal with the truth. We have to. The brothers told us there would come a day, it would come a time when the beast, if you will get on TV and just start telling the truth. And then look at the camera and be like, okay, yeah, we doing it. Now what you gonna do about it? We seeing wars and all kinds of nonsense happening currently. We seeing, military getting ready to set up for wars and a lot of beefing between countries. And we know that the United States is, or the unum sanctum, if you will, is in the smack dead middle of all of this, as it always has been. Something is coming that is so serious, my brothers and sisters. So that unity and that getting back on our superpowers and learning how to get into the energies to protect our people and ourselves, because there are no guns, there are none of that can, you can't fight the monster, you can't fight the beast with a gun. But what you can do, and what you should do, is go within. We all have these gifts. We all have these superpowers, if you will. We are all serious about this. Even though we are afraid to step up, we know it's real. It's time to step up. The planet needs us. The hurricanes, the windstorms, they calling it global warming. Well, I'm calling it global snoring, because the people still sleep. The 144,000, the remnant, y'all know the revelation. I'm not talking about the multitude that comes later. I'm talking about the priesthood, the ones that's supposed to be doing this and know this. I'm charging you. Y'all got to come out. It's time to build. It's time to celebrate, because we already know we won. We already know that there is no death. We already know about reincarnation. We come again and again and again. There have been prophets, messengers, all of that. They come again and again and again. Allah knows best. It didn't stop with just the Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, peace be upon him. It didn't stop with the brother Noble Drew Ali. There are many avatars that's out here right now that's supposed to be doing the dang thing and making things happen, whether you know, doing the music, playing instruments, drawing, art, all of this. Most of us artists are on that feminine side with the left brain. I know, like most know, that the name Allah is female. That's the mother from which we come. And that's a galactic name. That is in your Quran. It says that Allah is the Lord of Sirius. We're talking about a constellation. We're talking about planets, sons of the sons of the suns, where we come from. We know. We believe. But it's time to get to the faith, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence that's showing up, the evidence of things unseen. And then we get to the fruition. We can't get to the fruition unless we cultivate amongst one another. Some people like to live vicariously through others. Yeah, brother, I see you. Yeah, you still doing it, man. Yeah, you still keeping it live, man. Yeah, brother, I see you. No. I'm still Aziz, Big Brother Almighty. But the point is, there are some weak links amongst the ranks that we have to tighten up. A lot of y'all wanted to take the sellout and, the money and the Some of y'all, went to the roles of, nothing wrong with a job, but understand what your job is. Understand what Job is. When you read Job, understand what you're going through when you're dealing with that job. You're being pulled. Somebody trying to distract you. And 9 times out of 10, it could be the ego or the dark self inside of you, which does manifest operations and situations so you can, not stay on your deen, if you will, not keep it clean, eating clean, if you will, we all fall off. We all go astray. But we're at a time, there's no buts. We're at a time where we got to cut the BS out, y'all. We got to get off the nonsense. It's time to get back to our higher selves. We don't need no drugs. We don't need no thugs to protect us. All we need is Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mother, the oneness, abundance. This is a PSA from the Moorish Mudd Show. Islam.